find us.
What's up? What's up? And welcome to a new episode of 90 Day Fandom with your host Clark, checking in with all reality world fandom and starting off with 90 Day Fiancé, the single life. We have got crazy news coming out of there. I can't wait to talk to you about it. There's so much to say, but let me kick it off by saying the biggest news coming out right now is poor Big Ed. Big Ed got dumped. I mean, dumped by Liz. They are finite. They are over with. Hot off the presses. Who saw this coming? I know I did. Big Ed, come on, bro. You're 55 years old. She's 28. She's actually younger than your daughter. Creepy. Anyway, we all saw this coming a mile away, and it's over. Over, and there he is, crying a river right there. Big Ed, no more. Love of his life, the one he professed that he would be together with forever. They are no longer together. She has dumped him, and she has done so on social media. How gangster is that? That is absolute savagery. She simply said, and again, I'm just reading off what she had said, that basically she's free. She's done. It's over with. Finite. So Big Ed, what happens now? Who knows? I mean, let me put it this way. All I can tell you is that Big Ed is back on the market, ladies. I'm sure you're all clamming to see Big Ed and to like hook up with him or whatever. But the bottom line is that he and Liz are no more. Now, let's unpeel this lover's onion here, okay? Because let's be honest, this was definitely a match not made to be together for the long run. We've got Liz on one end, Liz, who has self professedly said she's damaged. She's been married twice. There's one red flag. Then we've got Big Ed, another divorcee. Also, huge red flags. He thinks he's a kid. He's 55 years old. Come on, bro. Grow up, get over it, find someone your own age, and stop messing around with younger women. You need to find someone that is your age so that you can share in your life experiences. Don't get me wrong. I don't judge anyone if they have a May December romance brewing, but come on, Big Ed. You are just notoriously looking for younger women. And it's really creepy, man. It's creepy, it's just cringeworthy, and the bottom line is no amount of crying, no amount of taking your poor little dog and using it as a ploy to lure the women in, none of that is going to work. You have to find someone your own age. Come on, bro. Anyway, so yeah, so no more. That relationship has hit the skids. And let me tell you, one of the things that I noticed about that relationship was she was extremely annoyed by you. Like, I don't know if you realize it, but like you talk so much that she was getting irritated by your talking, and you're like a little child. It's like she had a child. So, frankly, we all saw this coming, Ed, Big Ed, whatever you want to call yourself. The bottom line is that this was a long time coming, okay? You, my friend, you need to stick with someone your own age, okay? And you know what? We wouldn't be picking on you, bro. The fact of the matter is, when you got your daughter, when you're saying that your daughter reminds you of the girl that you're dating with, the self professed love of your life, the creep factor went off the charts for me, bro. And everybody else, nationwide, worldwide, whatever. So do yourself a favor, bro. Stick with at least 7 year to 10 years at the most younger window. When you're going like almost over 25 years old, actually over 25 years old, that, my friend, is not good. It's not a good look. It's not cute. You're not a little baby. You're not a little teenager. You are, my friend, an older man. You're almost ARP age, brother. So get over yourself. Move on. That relationship, I already knew wasn't going to work, but it's hot off the press, and I had to bring it up because everybody knows how cringeworthy it was, how weird it was. On the last episode of The Single Life, you were just, oh, I was so upset when she left me and she flew away in the airport and she took a flight home. Bro, I would have taken a flight home too if my daughter was in having dinner with us and talking about how creepy it was. Okay? Yeah, I would have been gone too. She did the right thing. Hopefully she'll find someone. Maybe she just doesn't need to be in a relationship. And Ed, I don't know if you're ever going to find a relationship. You cannot find a relationship by finding people younger than your daughter. Never going to work. Anyway, moving right along to happily ever after. Oh man, this one here is a tough one because what we've got is Kulani Asuelo. We've got Ronald, and then his lady here, and we've got Andre and his long-suffering wife Elizabeth, and we've got Angela, and we've got Mike. Angela, let me kick things off by saying how disgusting it was. How disgusting it was for you to be in front of a doctor, a professional who was going over your surgery, your bariatric surgery, as well as your plastic surgery, and all you could do is get all kinds of creep level weird, man. You were like, oh my God, yes, I can't believe he's looking at me naked. What in the heck were you thinking? If it was a guy doing that to a doctor, a female doctor, do you know how, dude, it would be over. The fact is that you were so inappropriate with that poor doctor. That dude was like, you know he was stressed out because you were just like, oh my God, I haven't seen any. No one's ever seen me before. Look at, don't they look nice? I mean, come on. Like, if you were nervous, I understand. But for you to actually go in there and just be so weird and inappropriate, knowing that you're married and knowing how straight up intergalactic gangster you are with Michael is completely a what do we call that? Double standard. Okay, honestly, Angela, I was completely disgusted with you. I mean, I've been disgusted with you before, with the chain smoking, with the freaking the cigarettes hidden in your breast pocket. Disgusting. Not cool. Not cute. Disgusting. And then you're taking the pack of cigarettes, okay, Marlboro no less, out of your breast to show them like it's cool. Angela, it's not cool, baby. It's not cool at all, baby. It's disgusting. And you know what? We don't want to see it. So don't do it ever again. And I don't blame Michael for being mad. You were so inappropriate during that time. The doctor was trying to be serious with you. And all you could be like, oh my goodness, my hot flashes are going on. Oh my goodness. Oh, I can't believe. Where are you from? Oh, Nigeria? Where? Oh my goodness. Disgusting. Not cute. Disgusting. 55 plus you are. Disgusting, not a good look. I didn't like it. I thought it was cringeworthy the entire episode. That's all I'm going to say. People could be mad if they don't like my opinion. It's just my opinion. Solely my opinion. Disgusting, Angela. I didn't like it. Now, we're not even going to talk about Natasha, Natalie, and Michael because you know what? It's the same old BS with them. They're divorced by now, I'm sure. The fact is that I'm just so happy they haven't murdered each other because we both know how much they hate each other. But they're doing it for the cameras. They're going about their little way. Everything's cool. Look at us. Ah. Anyway, the whole episode could have just done without her. He was upset, sullen. He was inside the hotel room and this didn't work out. Blah, blah, blah. He was mad. It was just really boring, 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 boring. Moving right along. Let's get to the main topic, one of two main topics. Let's talk about Andre, and let's talk about his long-suffering wife, Lisbeth. Oh, my goodness. So, last time we checked in with these two heartbreakers, they were talking about, well, actually, Andre was talking about, hey, I need to go to Chuck, and I need to ask him for 100 grand. Okay? Now, I'm not making fun of his accent like Chuck did because that was messed up, and we'll get a little bit into that in just a minute. However, I am, kind of giving you an idea of how he was interacting with his wife. So Chuck did not want to give me the money. Chuck wanted me to go, and he's going to have a sit down, and then he's going to talk to the family. And I told him he's the man. He has to make the decision, and so forth. It goes back and forth. Well, that was last episode. Now, on this most current episode of 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, right? He goes and he waits at home watching the pretty little baby while his wife Lisbeth goes into the lion's den. Okay, let's call it what it is, the lion's den, or more likely surrounded by the jackals. Okay, because her family, they are straight up gangster. They don't care. They go right for the jugular from Jump Street, starting with Chucky Boy. Don Chuck, what were you thinking, bro? You were so like. Why did you give your family a reason other than for cameras, for cameras, obviously for the cameras? Why would you get them all together to gang up on poor Lisbeth? Why would you do that? Not only did you put her in the middle of the jackals that were all there, all just starting to like, throw their daggers about, oh, he hasn't earned it, he's a leech, he's a criminal. Last time I checked, there's a few things in the record books over in the Pinellas County courthouse, or maybe even the Hillsborough County courthouse. So if I were you, I wouldn't be throwing stones when you're living in glass houses, if you know what I mean. So anyway, we continue on. The episode goes. They show up at Mr. Bachelor Pad Don Daddy Warbucks, right? And then they meet. Now this is what happens when they meet. Okay, follow me here. The whole family's together. Don Corleone style, okay? Like Godfather. We're having a sit down, and here we are. And we got the sister there. We've got Lisbeth. We got the brother. We've got the brother in law. We've got the sister in law. We got them all, right? And they're having a sit down. And then immediately they start with the daggers, and they start saying how Andre this and Andre that. Now, we all know that Andre is a bum. He's a straight up bum. Okay? He don't like to work. He thinks that you could just miraculously shiz out money, okay? 100 grand. However, it was not cool and it wasn't a good look for you all to treat him the way you did. Because here's the thing. Again, you guys are not living in houses that are sturdy here. This is not Game of Thrones here, okay? Well, actually, it is Game of Thrones because you guys are willing to, kill your own family and sell your family up the creek. Not kill them, but you know what I'm saying. So the bottom line is that they have the sit down, okay? Now, when they have the sit down, what we're looking at is just a complete character assassination. They went straight for the jugular. But here's the problem. One, you lost me, Chuck, when you started making fun of Andre and his accent. There's a difference between impersonating Andre and there's a difference in being mean spirited and saying the things that you did and doing the things that you said. That was wrong, and I'm not surprised that Lisbeth, long suffering wife, leaves the house in a storm of Oscar worthy performance. The bottom line is she ends up coming back, of course, but it wasn't cool for you guys to do what you did. And Charlie, the brother, come on, Charlie, you a gangster too, okay? What you did at the wedding was an absolute low class savagery. It was brilliant for TV, that is. When you did the toast and you started calling everybody out in his home turf, saying what a bum he was. However, you're no innocent either, okay? So, Charlie, for you to come in there and be like, oh, he's a criminal. Charlie, we can check the records, Charlie, okay? I'm just saying, you're not innocent. Now, when it comes to the rest of the family, they all have their own problems as well. So you're having the conversation, and everything is just a waste of time because at the end, Chuck is like, I'm going to give him a chance. I'm going to talk to him, and he's going to be under my wing. And then he tells Chuck, you got to have a sit down with him. So now, Godfather style again, the brother-in-law and the brother have to have a sit down. Now, these two hate each other. They hate each other. So the fact is, we're going to put them both, two alphas, in one location. I can't wait to see that. That's going to be a bunch of bull snizzle, okay? So it'll be interesting to see exactly what happens and what transpires in that situation. But I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm going to call it right now. Not only is there going to be a problem with that meeting, I wouldn't be surprised if they go to blows. All right, so that was all the drama. When she comes back, poor Lisbeth has to deal with Andre and his BS and his whining and complaining about how they don't love him and they always treat him bad. Blah 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 blah. Come on, Andre, you're alpha man. You Conan, bro. Conan, you got this. Anyway, we'll see what happens next week on an exciting episode of Happily Ever After. Now, let's move on to these two charmers, okay? So now, these two here, let me explain this to you. One, they are in Las Vegas. So when we last left them, right, they were in Vegas. They were chilling, doing their thing, having a good time. She wants to move to Vegas because she thinks that the lights in the big city and all that is exactly what she wants. Well, the bottom line is that situation is not going to work. But, he's entertaining her, letting her have a good time. Now, the entire episode, it's her in the pool, him looking at women, her in the pool, taking selfies, clout chasing, blah, blah, blah. Now, Mom Dukes, okay? Let's not forget these two peaches. These two peaches. How can we forget? They call and they basically strong armed them into covering their butts so that they can open her mail because they're saying, look, you got a mail about the green card, about your residency or whatever, a work visa, this, that, and the other. And she's so like, oh, yes, yes. And they're like, we're going to open it up, which they probably opened up the mail anyway. But nevertheless, we go through the motions and they're like, oh, wow, guess what? You got to go to court so that you can get your visa, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, oh, this is so great. Oh, I can't wait, blah, blah, blah. The bottom line is mom and dad are so controlling that they could not even let them enjoy themselves in their honeymoon. This is how gangster they are. They have to call and bother them during their honeymoon. Anyway, let's not forget, though, his wife was really getting upset because he kept on his wandering eye. He kept on looking at all the waitresses that were coming back and forth. She noticed it too. And she even said, she goes, I'm very, 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 I am jealous. I'll kill him. I'll cut him like a pork chop. And I said, whoa, this don't mess around, bro. It's going to be Lorena Bobbitt style here, okay? For those of you that are too young to know, Lorena Bobbitt was a lady who actually cut off her man's you-know-what. So, not good. That whole situation was a horrible situation. But anyway, I digress. Now, let's move on from them because I got to close things out with Kalani and Asuelu. And let me tell you why. Because Asuelo, you are such a manipulating little baby boy. You really think that us, the audience, is going to buy those crocodile tears that you had? Are you out of your mind? So, let me give you the setup, everybody. He is there with his wife. They're having a lunch, and he's shoving his face. I mean, just eating like a pig, right? Well, she says to him, listen, I got something to tell you. He's like, what? What's wrong? What do you want to say? What, Kalani? What? Tell me. And she says, listen, you know my sister, the gangster, the wannabe Kim Kardashian? You know, this one right here? Let me show you. Wait for it. There it goes. Yeah, she is coming to stay with us. And he's like, oh, well, why didn't you tell me? Oh, no. She's coming to live with us. And of course, he's like, now keep in mind, he hates her guts. She hates him too. Remember the last episode when they were talking about divorce party? When Kalani and Kulini, I know these names, they were both chit-chatting and saying, we're going to throw a divorce party when you leave him. Well, this is the same one that's going to live with them. Now, when she comes, you know it's going to be crazy. It's going to be like oil and vinegar. The thing about it is that he is playing, he played it to a T. This is what he does. He does the old, I just want you to know, Kulani, I want to be a different man now. I love you. I love you, and I want you to be proud of me. I want my sister-in-law to be. We get along. This is the same sister-in-law he called a B word, the same sister-in-law that he hates, the same sister-in-law that he yelled at, stormed out of the castle, all that stuff. But the new and improved. I'm new and improved. I'm new and improved, Kulani. Please, please, I love you. I want to be better. Okay, if you want to be better, that's amazing. I'm so happy for you. But we know you full of shiz, bro. I'm sorry, bro. You full of shiz. Those crocodile tears, bro, you were doing this. Oh, I just want you to be proud of me. Oh, I just want you to be proud of me. Come on, bro. Really? Do you really think we're going to buy that BS? Come on. But she went with it. She's like, oh my God, I'm so really excited that you're like, wow, this is amazing. It's weird, but it's amazing. Now, when she went to talk to this charmer here, her sister, Kulani, Kulani was like, he's full of shit. Ain't no way. You know he does that to manipulate you. And his wife was like, you know what? He does do that a lot to manipulate me. So we all know your game, bro. You are the third baby. You are third baby boy. Okay? She don't have two kids. She doesn't have two boys. She got three boys. You are baby number three. Now, what happens? He's like, look, I want it to work out. I want to be good. I want to be a good husband. Blah blah blah. We've heard it all before, bro. You got anger issues. You think that you're authority over women. You a gangster, bro, and you can't do that. And here's the thing: you can't be a gangster living under the dad's house. Okay, that's called mooching off the dad. Okay, you want to be the man of the house, bro? Pay your own way. Take care of your family. Work 3 jobs if you have to. Don't play soccer with your friends, bro. Come on, man. You didn't think I noticed that last season? Come on, dude. Anyway, so they go back and forth, and Kalani, to her credit, she's like, he does this a lot. He'll do the crying game and all that. I don't trust him. And you know what? We don't trust him either. Don't worry, Kalani. We don't trust him either. So, the last person I want to talk about is this couple here. Now, correct me if I'm wrong here. We've got Ronald here, right? So this is Ronald, and I got, forgive me here because to be honest with you, I'm not good with names. Tiffany, Ronald and Tiffany, okay? So Ronald and Tiffany. Now, this is a rather interesting relationship because he's in South Africa and she is in the United States. And that whole relationship, he is abroad, she is here, and she also has a child with him, a little baby girl, beautiful little baby girl, as well as a son from a previous relationship or marriage, I believe it was. But in all sense and purposes, he accepts the son as his own, treats him like his own, and talks about the kids like it's his own. Now, he seems to be very macho, very Andre-ish, very I'm the boss, you're a woman, you listen to me, and all that bullshit that no one's gonna fucking buy. Oh, pardon me. Whoops, sorry. But I get angry when guys try to think that they are the man and they're better than women. That's ridiculous. It's crazy. It's barbaric. It's stupid. Now, other than that, it seems like he's okay, but I don't know the whole story. I've heard through the grapevine that they've had a tumultuous relationship before. The fact of the matter is he's not working, or if he is working, he's not helping to put up his side of the fence, taking care of business, family style. Now here's the issue: he's got a gambling problem. He's a degenerate gambler, so there's a problem right there in itself. So he never has money. He wants her to fly out, pay all that money during a pandemic, and bring the kids there too. And she's like, "Nah, I'm not having it." Now, just to be fair, okay, she can be a little feisty. That one there, she's spicy. That Tiffany that's yeah, Tiffany. Yeah, she's a little gangster too, and she can really poke and poke and poke and poke, and that's what she was doing throughout the entire episode. So. And it's going to be interesting to see if those two actually end up together. But I got to tell you, this whole episode was just full of different, twists and turns. I'm most excited to venture down the road of Angela's weight loss, see how that goes, see if we ever get Mike, poor Mike over there, in Nigeria. Is he ever going to come back to? Is he ever going to come to the United States? I'm always, for to see what the outcome is there. Andre and his long-suffering wife Lisbeth. That's going to be an interesting one as well. The problem with that whole family is that they're all like, none of them are likable. So it's not like we can take sides. It's like, okay, let me pick my poison here. Let me pick Andre, Mr. Conan the Barbarian, who thinks he's the man, but he doesn't, pay his own way, and he's living off the dad, his father-in-law. And then we've got Lisbeth, who is just, she just acts out every scene in the show. She's like, Andre, I just don't know my family. They're just so difficult, and I tried. All that kind of, dramatics. And then her family, come on. Charlie, the brother, the dad, the sisters, none of them are likable. None of them. So it's like, who are you going to root for? You don't even know. Well, anyway, let me close things out with Big Ed. Big Ed, find yourself a younger person if you must, but no more younger than 7 years old. 7 years old. 7 years from your age. So you're like 55. You should be going for the 48 range. Nothing more than that. Okay. So just stick with what you know. Okay. Stick with someone your own age. You're not a child anymore. You're not a kid. Our time is over. I'm not your age, but I'm close. Kind of close to your age. But like the bottom line is that you need to grow up, bro. You need to grow up and find a woman your own age. So do that. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Anyway, for those of you that follow the House of Fandom, this is our YouTube channel. I just started doing this. I think I said it before. If I sound crazy, if I sound like I'm stuttering, if I sound like I'm repeating myself, I'm working on it, okay? We're all trying to, learn and hone our craft of podcasting. So I would appreciate it if you did enjoy my antics and you did enjoy my commentary, that, hey, you know what? Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, House of Fandom. We've got great content that covers everything in fandom, not only the reality world or 90 Day Fiancé with 90 Day Fandom, but also movie fandom. House of Fandom covers movies, TVs, collectibles, all kinds of TV shows, collectibles, everything in the fandom world, which our next episode is coming up this Thursday, and we're going back to Star Wars. Star Wars content is coming out fast and furious. We've got so much to talk about there, but also we have a sports show that went on today. It's called Townie Sports. So we are doing what we can to provide content, and like I said, we're just a bunch of guys out there that are just like to have fun and go on camera, have a good time, chat with people, as well as provide our eccentric commentary on everything in the world of fandom. So once again, I implore you, please, 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 if you don't mind, it does help the channel. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, and there'll be more content to come for 90 Day Fandom. I'm your host, Clark, on the check-in. Thank you so much for coming by, swinging by, and I look forward to talking to you about more 90 Day Fiancé fandom. You guys have a great night, and if it's morning time, have a great morning or whatever. But thank you so much for joining me, and we'll talk soon. Thanks.
Hey, yeah, sandstorm. Yeah, put your hands up. Classical. Bob your head to this.